Hello, Army of Light, Earth Division. Shauna L. Francis here. So glad that you're joining me for today's Ascension Daily Update. It is November 10th, 2022. Worked with Melchizedek a lot today. I have been crying and crying and crying. Man, emotional, thinking about my dad, thinking about the sad parts of my dad's final couple weeks where he was confined to a bed. These visions and memories have just been coming up to the surface, and I just allow my tears to flow when this happens. Today, during the energy work with Melchizedek, which was at least 2 hours, we worked a lot today and we went so deep. And I had a weird dream this morning about somebody from 25 years ago. And it seemed to spark and bring to the surface, or help bring to the surface, all these emotions around this incident 25 years ago. 20, maybe 23, 24 years ago. I was in my 20s, late 20s at the time. Thought I'd dealt with that long ago, hadn't even thought about this stuff. But today, during this energy work with Melchizedek, I'm just bawling. I'm bawling. And, even as I sit here now, kind of having worked through that energy and, helped kind of see that through, I'm thinking, well, not such a big deal, but, it doesn't really matter what our mind thinks. It's really what's in our energetic field, what's kind of trapped in our cells, in our body, in our memories, in our imagination. That's the stuff that really can sting and can leave a lasting impression. So it's just been one of those days. And, Melchizedek told me, 2 months ago that, this time we'd be really digging up kind of some deep stuff and really working with the emotional part of my body, with the heart, and some of this, is definitely heartbreak. It's heartbreak type things. And those are the hardest things, right? Bringing this stuff up out of our heart. So Melchizedek talks about the heart today. And they also talk about tomorrow, the 11/11/22. They called it the gateway. Personally, for me, I don't really seem to pay too much attention to these certain dates on a calendar. But, they brought up they wanted to do the equinox, the autumn equinox, and do a big meditation. They brought this up for tomorrow with some instructions for us for tomorrow, all around this heart stuff. So anyway, let me know how you're doing. It's been just so emotional for me today. I'm feeling really awesome now that I worked through this stuff, but wow, just incredible. And I'm trying to get things done, and I'm just, all right. So the work that we did today, I have my family coming day after tomorrow, and I'm trying to get everything ready and put together. And of course, I'm still in a construction zone here. So it's like, okay, I had to kind of tear myself away from that and sit down and to meditate. And I swear, once I was 10 or 15 minutes into it, that's a gecko chirping. There's a little gecko in here. They're about this big. Anyway, after about 15 minutes, I was just in this zone. I was in this flow. And after about 45, 50 minutes, I'm just feeling like I have this energetic force field around my body. And this is where the tears start flowing and these energetics start bubbling up. And an hour and a half into it, I am just on another planet. So it was really intense today. Lots of heart-opening stuff, and just feeling like waves of energy coming off my body, and just allowing myself to really feel deeply into these sad emotions that I had. Heartbreak stuff. All right, so here's what Melchizedek had to say. Good afternoon, Shauna. Melchizedek here. Thank you, dear one. What a beautiful, energetic session today. Major work done. Major work. This is good. Thank you for your dedication and focus on this work, even though you have a long to-do list. We know that you understand that this is also as important, if not more so, in terms of the work you've been asked to do, the work that you've signed up for, as the collective that you represent and the beacon that you are. So they're always giving me these reminders that, I may have this huge list of things I want to get done on the planet here as Shauna in 3D world, but this work is more important. And I totally get it. I really do. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to get as much done as possible in between the times that I'm doing this work with them. Honestly, it's such an honor, and I know this is important. And it's definitely working through issues and raising my vibration. I hope you guys are feeling this too. And at that point, I said, thank you, team, for coming in. I'm just feeling so emotional right now. And I start crying again, even after they started, with the communications. And I probably kind of talked through this thing from 25 years ago with them for maybe 5-7 minutes. And then I came out of it and I said, okay, I'm doing okay now. We can continue. And they said, you're doing well, dear one. We can take our time here. So I cried some more, actually, at that point. And I composed myself, kind of let that get through my system. And then they said, we'd like to take this energy a little bit further, Shauna. Are you amenable to this? And I said, absolutely. So I hit the pause button on the recording. And another 15 minutes or so of energy work. That was, I don't know. I don't really know what they were doing at that point, taking that work deeper, taking it further is what they said. And just feeling like my aura is just really expanded and shimmering when they're doing this work. It's really quite lovely. My mind's pretty blank. Thoughts kind of float by, but for the most part, I'm in a neutral space while they're doing their work. They said, thank you, Shauna. We're blasting this energy far and wide. Where you sit here in this particular spot on the planet at your dear casitas in Mexico, this allows for a great transference of high vibrational energy in all directions. So good to keep this in mind. Also, if you're feeling down or sad or low vibration, this also gets magnified through the field. So we already know that, right? And this is why it's so important for us as light workers to really work through our shadow, really work through the deepest, darkest stuff that we have lurking in our bodies, in our field, in our emotions, in our hearts, letting this come through. This is a great time to really bring this stuff up and really look at it for maybe the first time, team. Really important. We're more supported than ever. The vibration is higher than ever. Our teams are closer than ever with the veils breaking down. So really just cry a good cry. Feel really terrible if you need to. Take some deep breaths. Understand who and what you are. Understand that you did the best you could at that time, knowing everything that you knew. Believe me, I repeated that to myself several times today. With my dad, I allowed myself to be really sad about his passing and about his brain cancer. I allowed myself to be really sad with that today and allowed those tears to flow. And kind of once that happened, I was feeling a lot better and a lot lighter. Like literally, I was feeling physically lighter in my skin. So I know it's hard. I know it's so hard. But this is a great time to take advantage of the field that we are in, that we're sharing, to raise our vibrations and move past this stuff. They said, we know that you know this, just a friendly reminder about the amplification through the field. It's more important for you, dear one, to work through the heavy emotions, those things that are still in your field that may be lurking just below the surface of your awareness. Okay. So what they're saying is it's important that I realize and I remember that I'm a beacon, that we're all beacons here in what we do, how we are. Our vibration impacts the collective. But it's more important to work through our issues versus stuffing things down because you don't want to impact the collective, right? We need to bring this stuff up, allow it to do what it needs to do. And remember, even Cryon has said this before, our balancing of karma, a lot of it has to do with the emotions that we feel. it's a big part of the karmic response in terms of balancing our karma. So yeah, lean in, guys, lean into that. So please bring these into focus, allow your feelings to be felt, integrate those emotions, and allow them to be released as needed and necessary. And, you know, I wanted to just overthink this. Well, how do I release this? How do I move past this? But honestly, once I really felt into these things and I did some self-forgiveness and forgiveness of the people involved, it really did kind of feel much better and kind of felt like it had run its course. So it's feeling really good. We'll see how it continues to unfold. And then they switch gears here. For tomorrow, the 11:11 gateway, we expect much more emotional and mental upheaval for those who are sensitive to the energies. This is a good sign that the energy is flowing and moving and that you're evolving. We ask all who are on this path to welcome these emotions, welcome these realizations, welcome whatever comes up, to be loved, to be understood, and to be released. All right. We ask all of those who watch this transmission to be extra focused and mindful of the heart, all aspects of the heart, the physicality of it, the emotions, the energy here. And may we suggest that you send your own heart love and thank it for the life force that it brings, allowing you to be present here on the planet, in your bodies, on Earth, at such a special time. And then they kind of went into this affirmation that you can repeat silently or out loud to yourself here if it's feeling good and resonating. Thank you, heart, for doing all the heavy lifting. Thank you, heart, for never stopping, even when there were times when I wished that you would stop. Thank you, heart, for showing me love, for giving me strength, for giving me life. I love and appreciate you. When that affirmation came through today, I couldn't believe what that did to my field. It was new territory, just really deep and incredible, impactful. And they said, let it be so, dear one. All right. And I said, thank you, Melchizedek. Is there anything else? And they said, keep up the beautiful work. We are here with you always. All right. And that's where they ended it. So let's love our hearts. State that affirmation tomorrow. If you are able to take time to be in a reflective space, to honor these emotions, take time for crying. Maybe you need some alone time. Maybe you need more time around friends or loved ones who can support you. Maybe this will take more than just one day. Maybe this will be several days of this kind of these emotional releases. And really, team, it's such a beautiful thing. It's really good and it's freeing. It's freeing. What we want to do is raise our vibrations, and we can't take this heavy stuff with us. We can't take the density with us. Remember that you are amazing. You are infinite. You are a beautiful soul of love and light, made from source, sharing in this collective field, doing amazing work. What you're doing is important. Make sure that you tell yourself that you love yourself every day with everything you've got going on. You love every bit of yourself. Every nook and cranny is loved. Everything. All right, guys. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thank you for all your beautiful comments. I'm really behind on answering comments, but know that I scroll through those as I have time, and I'm so appreciative of you, so appreciating all of you so much. Okay. All right. Good night. Goodbye. See you all tomorrow. Mwah. I love you.